my Petracucha was about the flaws in society. And my books that I used to discover what people thought of society was Gulliver's Travels and Lost Horizon by Jonathan Swift and James Hilton. So Lost Horizon is about a guy who is completely taken away from anything he's ever experienced. And he has a few friends with him. And it's all about how they react to this new environment with completely different people, different skin color, different personalities, different culture. And one guy just reacts to it normally, he takes it in, becomes like part of their culture, and then another guy becomes like super racist and stuff and abuses the people. And it's pretty much about how some people don't have empathy for other people and what they experience in life. And then one guy tries to like become their leader, and he has some like psychopathic tendencies, power hunger. Psychopathic tendencies meaning he doesn't empathize with what they're going through, he only understands his emotions. And misguidance in a leader. This guy who just kind of becomes the leader of these innocent people just doesn't understand what they're going through. He just kind of takes over and doesn't understand, which is kind of a breakdown of society there because he's being a dictator. And on Gulliver's Travels, he's like in a different like whole part of the world where there's like little people, there's big people, there's horses that can talk. It gets crazy. And he kind of pities people depending on what they look like. He pities the little people when he's big. He pities them and calls them weak and stuff, even after they help him. And then he becomes small and they become big. And then he just complains about how they treat him and stuff and doesn't really understand them. And then doesn't have the empathy to understand. So he is just jealous and doesn't understand the perspective of other people. Can't understand because they're different than him. He discriminated against people, and then he discriminated against people and became bigger from it. Gulliver kind of represents government. When he became the big guy over the little people, he was happy taking from them, didn't really regret anything. But then he became little, and then complained about it, and then left, and I was really upset. So, the flaws in society that I found in these two books were greed and jealousy, self-righteousness, empathy, and empathy, a lack of empathy. And then what I found that was good in these books, something good for society, is understanding and love.